Oh man, welcome back. We in the building. It's your boy D Fran.
Yeah, sir. It's your boy B Neely.
Back in the building for another episode of Absolute Shirt Podcast. We got a lot of things to talk about. We have breaking news from the Drake lawsuit, which is honestly it's insane, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna react to it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Not
You
subscribed
broke up.
already. You said what?
You broke up in the intro when you were saying what was the breaking news was.
I don't know. Break that. That's it. Breaking news. That we'll hear about it. But anyways, before we get into it, Bryce, do you got any good things for the week?
Yeah, man. Like I said, this job's still looking better than a month ago or so. So I can't be more happier in the sense. So yeah, nah, that's about it though. Nothing really too standing out. Just sticking to the grind, man.
All right, for me, this week we going on vacation. Wife's 30th birthday. That's exciting. I'm ready to dive into that. Get into some rest and relaxation. We're going to Mexico. We're going to Mexico. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Anyways, like I said, a lot of things to get into today.
You were breaking up a little bit. I was trying to make sure it was good.
Hold on. Let me make sure it's me or is it you? Hold on. Let me listen. That might be on your end because it sounds good on the stream. But anyways, like I said, a lot of things to get into, a lot of things to discuss. What do you want to get to? Do you want to hop into the Drake shit first? Because that's like, I don't know, that's the crazy shit to me right now that I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, I seen your tweet too. You was like, "Nah, Drake getting out of hand." So yeah, I think that's the.
So let's get to it, man. So Drake's team has requested some documents, right? As we've seen with the UMG lawsuit, Drake has requested a lot of things. He's requested Kendrick Lamar's contract, which obviously he wants to get the contract because he wants to see if there's any incentives, bonuses to allude to why they would maybe cooperate or, go behind the scenes to go against him in favor of Kendrick. So he wants to see if that's in writing, right? His team got Kendrick's contract, which we officially found out today. They have the contract, but it is heavily redacted. And there's a lot of information they can't obviously see because of the redactions. And his team's like, no, we don't. Come on. Like, this is supposed to be, attorney's eyes only. We know it's underprivileged. We're not going to leak it. We're not going to put it out there. We need to see what's in this contract so that, we get further argument or disprove argument. Either way it's going to go. We're going to get some type of proof in this pudding. So that still remains to be seen if that will, if the judge will make them redacted and give it to them plain clothes, see everything. Everything's out there, no redactions, see the numbers, the language, everything, right? So now one thing that people have unearthed by going through the 76-page document is document request number 51. And it states, from January 1st, 2019 to the present, all documents and communications relating to David Isaac Friley, a.k.a. Dave Free, in his relationship with Kendrick Lamar Duckworth and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's children. Right? That's what people are looking at. And there's one above that. From January 1st, 2014 to the present, all documents and communications relating to allegations of domestic violence, violence against women, and or other forms of violence committed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. So I know in the beginning we kind of did this whole thing like, he's not suing Kendrick, he's suing the label. And even in my thing, I said, they could sue Kendrick, or Kendrick and Whitney could sue Drake for defamation, but that would obviously leave them liable to discovery and depositions, and you got to tell the truth. And if you did beat her, that would probably come out. And I even speculated at the beginning that the point of this was to get them.
You think it'll come out because it's like some type of like evidence out there, or it's just like they're gonna tell the truth?
Well, I mean, you got to tell the truth if you're gonna be under the, because if you're lying, and let's say there's something out there, something, and you get caught lying, you don't want to go to fucking jail for perjury, so you might not even risk lying. So that's why I would assume you might just tell the truth. But even with that, I said that the point of this in the beginning was to either get Kendrick to a deposition table, for Drake to say the things that he claimed are true. Because in Part 6, he claimed that this is true. I'm telling the truth, nothing but the whole truth, and everything you're saying is lies. So these documents that he's requesting, to me, is just him furthering trying to prove that what he said was true. But in my opinion, and I said he should drop the shit right at the Super Bowl because it's like it's whatever at this point. Now, I think this is a little too far. This is like, all right, come on, bro, come on. We want communication between Dave Free and the kids. We want the domestic violence documents. It's like I don't know. To me, I just feel like it's too much at this point now. It's dragging at this point.
Yeah, my only disagreement with you is letting it like go and dropping the case, especially around Super Bowl time or just at any time at this point. Is just because I feel like it's more than just that. If it was just the day free, just trying to prove what he was saying was right and stuff like that, I would probably agree with you probably like 99%. But the fact that it's tied to the contract stuff, it's tied into UMG doing dirty stuff and so many other people commingling. I think that's why I would disagree, and I feel like this is kind of like a two birds one stone. Drake being petty for sure. Like this is, well, you could say it's his lawyers, but I think it's a little bit behind him in trying to push this point because I think you could probably prove a lot of the stuff with UMG without having even to go through all this. So in that sense, you could see where the pettiness and where he could at least drop this part of the case, if anything, to help your argument or kind of agree with you. I say so. Yeah, I do see the pettiness, but with so much other information like the Kojo stuff that's been coming out. I forget the other guy name that we've been talking about recently. From it, I think that he worked with UMG, but he in California, or whatever. The Pinocchio guy, that Jack something, whatever his name or something like that. But yeah. So when you put all that together, like for Drake, I think he's happy where he's sitting at. I know a lot of people could look at him a certain type of way, but at the end of the day, people that wasn't fans was already looking at him a certain type of way. And at this point, the only way to shift that side that's not really fucking with you is to be right and show the world you're right. Because if he's right,
it ain't gonna do nothing. Because people gonna look at this like bitch ass nigga. This is like snitching. They gonna look at it like, what the fuck is he doing? They're not gonna look at this as like, if it comes out Kendrick Lamar beat Whitney, people not gonna be like, oh, okay, our bad Drake. They're gonna be like, you still a bitch ass nigga. They're not gonna come back around and be like, oh, Drake, actually we love you. That's not gonna work. They're still gonna hate the
nigga. Not so much. I think they'll love him, but at least how a lot of the beef was looking at would be a lot different. And even when I was more, because I obviously this probably is the more a strange thing. That's why you didn't even think that's what I was talking about, is the Dave Free situation and him trying to double down on that. If that had, I don't think that's kid is Dave. I just don't. But maybe they did fuck, and there's some type of way of finding out that information. I don't know where that comes out, and that helps sways the perception with the beef, and then to go along with all the other stuff. Like he did have bots, he did work with UMG to get him canceled. All this different stuff ties into one like win that would help his image in the long run. And in a sense of it maybe never be back to what it was, but it'll just be different. Like in the maybe just don't fuck with Drake. Like that nigga's lethal. He's insane. Like if you cross him, he'll go to whatever links or whatever. But I just think where if you talk about chess or poker, like the cards that he's being dealt right now, I think a lot of things in his favor. And I said that to your argument, that one thing with the even going after this, whether it's true or not, it's not going to necessarily change the image. Like you said, it's not necessarily going to help the case any more than like I think. So that is the one downside I say. But other than that, like I think he's damn near feel like he got an 80% chance to like really like fuck up a lot of shit. And I think it's more than even just the UMG shit, because I think the label, you tie all the label information and stuff that he knows. You tie all the stuff with the lawsuit, and when it comes with this music package as well, like that's gonna really help turn them tables. And this just go back to what I've been talking about since the week after the beef, like how I felt things was gonna play out and how he's gearing up with these live streams and stuff like that. If he really has the proverbial tricks up his sleeve where he really could like out a lot of how shit has been going on, a lot of shit that went against him, and really get that out on some music. Like, I don't know, man. I think he just feel like he in a good place.
I think this makes it more like that music you drop, it better be like that shit. Like doing all this and then dropping like For all the dogs is like, you got to drop some shit. Like, because the music is what really matters the most. Like, all this, we get into it, we'll talk about it, we'll react to it, we'll talk shit about it. But like, really, the music is what fucking matters at the end of the day. So it's like doing all this extra shit. We want to subpoena the documents of domestic abuse and communication between Dave Free and this and that, and even the UMG shit. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. You feel like you slighted. I get that you want to feel like retribution for you've done this for this label for all these years. You've been the golden boy. You've been the company man to an extent. You bigged up Lucian, me and Lucian, like Kobe and Shaq. You've been there, and you feel like, you know, now it's y'all trying to turn on me. Now y'all switching on me, and I want to get my get back. I get that portion of it, but certain things like this is kind of like it distracts from the main thing because now everybody's gonna focus on is this, and anybody who sees this could be like, this is like some sucker shit. It's like, all right, what are we doing here? This is like what subpoena for the kids. Like, even if you get that win, let's say Dave Free is the fucking kid, and then let's find out Dave Free is the baby daddy because Kendrick's sperm didn't work, and he trusts his best friend to inseminate. Who knows what? Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I thought about that too on some random shit.
What if it's like shit like that? Like, his sperm don't work, and this is his best friend. And it's like, you know,
I thought about because somebody said, why would Kendrick still be hanging out with Dave Free? I said maybe he never knew. And maybe it was some shit that Drake found out through some, you know, crazy, who knows, money talk.
Yeah.
But obviously it could be fake shit, just like the fake daughter shit. Who fucking knows? Like, Drake said he played the card this way. Who knows how Kendrick played his cards in a sense with that conversation. But what if he didn't know on some best man shit? Like how that he had to find out through reading his best friend book. And he was like, oh shit, you fucked my girl. Like, he ain't been fucking up. So, and they had been cool that whole time. So maybe it's some shit like that. And then when the beef come about, and this gets into why it's, you know, the Twitter tweets be talking, X be Xing, but they were saying, why would Dave Free come up to act and really confront him on that if this is just bullshit? Like, that does, like, not it does, but to maybe there's smoke there, and if there's smoke there, maybe there's fire there. That's what people are trying to say. Now you could argue whether there's smoke or not. That's a different conversation. But I do think it's an interesting perspective to, like, it wasn't Kendrick that came up to him. It wasn't Top Dog that came up to him. It was Free, and it was like Free was like angry on almost on his own behalf, not so much even Kendrick. Maybe that's just me reaching out. I fucking know. I'm just trying to like paint a picture in a sense. So I will say that, but that would be interesting then. But like I said, I'm a Drake fan, and that would be, honestly, if the Dave Free shit was real, that would be a home run for the beef. Because it's like the nigga was on point the whole time. Like, not only that, like, he got killer music, he ain't fell off, he's still dropping good hits. But to go back to your point, where could this type of stuff distract? I do think in a perfect world, it would, but in a world so toxic, like, I think all of this just adds fuel for the sales. Like, his haters are going to go listen. Not distract from the music. Distract from the main thing, like the UMG corruption thing. Like, that to me is like the main thing. And shit like this to me, they'll distract from that. That's what I mean. Because, like, let's say we find out certain UMG shit is real, and they're like, but all the other bullshit he tried to pull up, he doesn't. I'm like, that's the distraction portion of it. But also, let us know what y'all think in the chat about these new documents that Drake is requesting and his team is requesting. Let us know what y'all think about that in the chat. We get in there right now, right here. So, like I said, I think that it doesn't look good to me. I honestly do think we're so fractured in today's society between this like music thing with Drake Kendrick thing that fans like me and you, if this comes out that Drake was telling the truth, we'll be like, oh shit, he was telling the truth. But like I say, that side that's, I don't know if that's 50%, 40, 30, whatever this other side is, they're not going to give a fuck. It's not going to make them like Drake. They won't even change how they see the battle because it's still going to be like Grammy, Super Bowl. Like, I don't think it's going to change nothing for most people. But not only for most people, for the side that really hates him. I just don't know if people are really going to because okay, then what do you do? Okay, so I guess what your thought process is and your thinking is, and I'm just what I think you're thinking is that if these things come out to be true, and people are like, damn, Drake told the truth about everything, and nothing Kendrick said at all we've been able to prove.
So like people will look at his disses as less than at that point because now we confirmed everything that Drake said is true. So people will be like, well, maybe we should. You know what I'm saying? What's the thought process in that?
I just think people so finicky. It's not so much like it might be a good portion. I feel like gonna just give Drake his undivided roses that he gonna deserve if he go, let's say 3 for 3 or 2 for 3 with the Kendrick situation. Like the obviously let's say not even the defamation. Let's say he was working with the bots and working with UMG to help get him down. That's one of the three. I guess the Dave Free situation and then the wife beating situation. If he goes 2 out of 3, which I would say possibly the wife beating situation and the working with UMG shit, I think it could help sway not as much. But if he go 3 for 3, that would be insane. I think that would be like a ripple effect that Kendrick could never come back from. And I do think Drake has a certain shit that's about to drop. If he does press this red button that Kendrick really can't respond to, I don't think it's that though. I think it's more with the bots and just being a puppet and shit like that for the industry. He's just gonna kill him on that type of shit, possibly. But I don't necessarily think it's gonna be he can't come back from the Drake went 3 for 3 in the lawsuit. I think at best he goes 1 for 3, which is he was definitely using bots and shit like that. I feel like that's almost a given at this point. Given a Kojo guy, I believe that act guy that he talked to months before the white kid that was underage and shit like that. So getting into that, we seen the radio play. We've been monitoring that shit. We seen it look weird. And then who knows any other information with the YouTubes and algorithms and stuff like that. But at least 1 for 3. But to wrap all that up and get back to kind of what you was talking about, like I feel like just people being finicky in the moment and how it's not really based on even them liking Kendrick that much. And they even based on them really liking hating Drake. I don't really feel like people really have these emotions. Like we said it. If it was this worldwide hate, his numbers would have fell off way more than what it had been. Even the people that were shitting on him, i.e. we love flying low, moderator of the chat, he'll be in his number one shit. So I feel like when it comes to that finickiness, in a sense, if some shit like that was to happen, especially more, I'm like, I think just red button, I think the music gonna be enough, personally. You add the UMG shit on there, I think a lot of people gonna flop. Like just how Ebro and them, like they playing sideways and they going back playing honestly never mind. Like just like it was weird. Like them niggas flip like that. Niggas flip like that. Joe Budden start like being a lot softer and shit. He still try to shit on he like what's next, but then he shit on
Central C.
Yeah.
He likes What Did I Miss? He doesn't like which one.
Yeah. But, you know, he got to kind of maintain. But these niggas have eased up a lot. And I think one thing about it, like the people do allow artists and these podcasts to really get off their certain takes. But I don't know, man. Like, it's going to be a lot harder to get certain takes off and not get killed if Drake keep cooking how he cooking. That's all I'm saying.
So what if everything comes back and it's nothing? Does that make Drake look bad? Because if all this stuff make him look good, if it comes back wrong, it got to make him look bad, right?
That's a take, but I think it's when I say like I said, I think it's gonna be the music more than anything. I look at the UMG lawsuit as personal shit for him, which I don't think he's gonna lose the bot shit. I just don't. But if he does lose that, then maybe that's an L for him in his career, not a career, but like as far as what he was trying to do, his progression, make his money, so yeah, it's an L for him. I don't know how the public gonna perceive it, but that'd be an L because of course, like I think he should win the lawsuit.
It'll look like a nigga who lost and then he was looking to find any way and then he lost again. So it's like a double loss. It's like, damn, you lost the battle, now you fucking fishing. Now it's like, damn, you just lost completely, nigga.
I could see that, but I still think his fans and me personally, I would be like they just got away with some shit. Like that's how I feel. Like it's no different.
So there's nothing you can see that's like nigga, nothing you said.
Because we did our own research, bro. It's people doing their real journalism, and maybe we all wrong, but it like the bot shit just don't feel wrong. Like the payola, like for instance, was it NPR?
Yeah, NFR.
Like
They
NFR.
gone. We ain't
That's
seen
what
them on
I'm.
Twitter and they ain't been on
They
Twitter
got
in
kicked
a month.
for not saying it was paid promotion. That's what Screwface might get in trouble for. I think that's why they trying to go at him. Like, and I even think how the what they said, Brandon and B-Lou, or what's the name, B-Lou and whatever their name is. I forget the other dude name. Like Kojo said, they're supposed to come to the pop out, come to the Not Like Us video shoot. Like,
But I will say, just to be in fairness, I don't think that's like exclusive to Kendrick. Or even exclusive to NFR as far as people pay. Academics' whole thing is said, I charge labels out the ass to promote niggas. You go to Academics page anytime you see him promoting music and he at niggas or he like just you see a random promotion, some random ass nigga song. I can't just be like, you know what? I want to promote this guy's music today. No, they're paying for it.
I'm not tripping on that. That's fine, but I'm just talking about towards why I would still be like, I don't think Drake was bullshitting. Like, you could say the 2 for 3 shit with the day free and all that. He snuffed, and we would never know if that's true. And I still think we'll never know if that shit's true. I don't think they're gonna just get up there and tell the truth. Like, but let's say they do have a coherent story and that shit never happened. Salute. Like that, like he had already lost the beef to most people. So like I said, I think he was turning the table just on him not being dead. I think he was turning the table just on him making great music and his perspective on how he's still able to get shit off like he's been doing. So I don't think that's going to change. I think the music will be elite. Like you said, it's going to have to. You don't want to get teased for all this shit and it don't come out to be good music. I agree. And it's like it's a subtle thing because I think For All the Dogs is a really good project, but you need that. You got to be 10%, 20% better than that for you to making it to elite project. So but it's a hit and miss thing on how certain shit could sound. You know what I mean? So that's something I would expect, but who knows? We'll see. But for me, I'm pretty much in the bag. It's gonna be great music. But outside of that, I don't think he curated all this shit for nothing, bro. This Pinocchio reference shit, this Iceman reference shit. Hey man, good luck. I think it's a lot to be dissected when he gonna drop, and it's gonna be a lot of shit that people gonna have to answer to. Me personally, and if he pump fakers, I'm gonna be a little upset. I'll tell you that too. Like if he don't press the button, me like, well, I'll be honest. I want the button to get pressed.
But what when you say the button, what button? Like a diss?
Everything's gonna be perceived as a diss because he's gonna be talking from his perspective, and I think he's willing to air everything out. I don't think he give a fuck no more. So it's gonna be perceived. Is he directly gonna be like? I mean, it might be. It's gonna be so hard to decipher because if he's really telling all, like this happened to this and this, like almost similar with Tory on Tory Lanez album, how he kind of dissected the lawyer and the shit, how she played the game and stuff, and how he did that well in the rap song. If he come off on some shit like that and cooking, or it's just multiple songs and he's laying it out there, like I don't know if you got the track list queued up. Like it's some shit on there. I'm like, I can see it's on that record. Like I'm just saying,
there's an official track list or some shit niggas just made up.
I don't know. Every time I see a track list from Drake, that shit end up being real, even though I think it's not like dead ass. Let me see if I could, cause I definitely retweeted it. But yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think it's a necessarily diss track, but it's gonna be some disrespectful shit. I think it's gonna be some damaging shit. Like when he say Pinocchio, like he's not scared to already come at him. And even when he like it's shit that I've been laughing at.
Let me ask you this. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. If you had all this information, do you think? Okay, let me ask you one quick, just a simple like yes or no. Do you think he just got this information, or he had this? Okay, that's not a yes or no question. Do you think he always had this information, or he just got this information?
I think he always had it. That's why I've been.
So okay, great. If he always had it, why wait? Why why let your name get slandered for a year and wait to like tease it in these rollout? Like what's the point?
Actually, that was the part of turning the tables. We talked about it. It wasn't gonna be an easy thing. You had to grind. Like this would be my example, bro. And that's why I was saying this when he dropped. What did I miss? I was like, it ain't no different than It's Up. It's no different than No Face. Like even this record with the Central C song, I'm like, it's no different than like this. But niggas wasn't trying to listen to that because they was too much in the hate train. So whatever Drake would have been saying, doing, it was just too close to the beef for even like for people to come out and speak up for Drake. It was just too close to the beef. Like the first week, second week, niggas wasn't gonna be trying to hear that shit. So he had to Like slow grind it and really do it, like put in the hard work to really change it. That's why you got the 100 gig shit. Like he was like
well, I'm not even talking about music. I'm talking about proof of like this actual, because like he can rap and say these things, but he's been saying these things for years. Like the label's out to get me. Billboard changed up the radio shit for the Billboard, so I can't go #1. He been saying, I'm talking about like, what is he like? Does like what? Okay, say he raps about certain things, right? People are still gonna be like, where's the proof? So like, is he gonna have like paperwork to send out after, or is it like he's just gonna say things?
Were you talking about? I thought we were talking about kind of like bots and stuff. So you talking about even like the stuff with UMG training on him and stuff like that too?
Yeah, there's like if he says it, we can believe that. Like we look at like, yeah, look like there's some shit going on, but like, what's gonna be different than what he's already done so far?
It might be cheesy, but the parable, don't pull the weeds too early because they're meant to like grow. Like don't try to get rid of shit too early because you gotta let shit unfold in a sense. So with the situation, he may knew that UMG was scheming against him, but he had to let the actions happen. I even go back to a time where Miss Bronson, I had all the answers on my hand, and right before the test, she called me and she sent me to the principal office. And I'm walking to the principal office with the principal, or she called the principal, whatever. And we walk into his office. I was like, well, technically, I didn't cheat because I ain't taken the test yet. I ain't getting in trouble. Like you ain't let the cake bake long enough for you really to get me on the shit due to technicality. So once the
so like so what you say? Okay, let you do the Super Bowl. Let's let that little play out.
Well,
let you
not
do
even that. Let the beef happen, and not even so much the beef. Let them do something to conspire to.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, like let the Super Bowl happen. Even at the Grammys, right? When you come up and y'all let the song play, and y'all let it call me a pedophile on national TV. Like I'm gonna just let y'all do these things and trick yourself out of this situation. That's what I'm talking about.
Wasn't the lawsuit already in a thing before the Super Bowl? No, am I tripping?
No, it was.
I thought when did the lawsuit first like drop? Because that's what I kind of
in November,
and the beef was in July, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you say,
I guess then I'm like, okay, what did they do between that time?
I mean, building your case, doing your research, talking to your people. I mean, that's what I'd be looking at. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking at. I think he answered pretty quickly, even like like you said, you saying outside of the music, but even in the music, bro, he was talking about a lot of this shit. Like in the Hard Part 6, he talked about it, bro. Like save your money, stop paying for bots. Like you're gonna need it for later. Like he was saying this shit in the music, but he had to let stuff unwind. And even with, I mean, maybe it's just God grace and it's not even his plan, bro. It should just fall in his lap. I don't want to give that nigga that much credit because
he God's child, God's favorite.
I mean, shit. You gotta to be that successful, shit. You gotta be somebody's favorite. I don't want to get into that bag though. But
he is a Jew.
Is he a Hasidic or is he the other one?
He's not Ashkenazi. He's what's the one with the black one?
That's
what's it called? Sephardic. He's Sephardic.
Sephardic. Yeah, I knew it. So I said Hasidic.
That's Hasidic is the ones that be like, you know, really not dreidel.
Okay, I was saying right.
You know what I'm talking about? They have like they look like they're Amish. They look like Amish, yeah.
So damn, you threw me off because that shit was kind of funny. We was talking about something with
why didn't Ben say something? But you said he was letting it simmer, letting them put themselves in the Luther,
because like even like God just falling like shit falling in your lap. Like you see Luther and how that shit getting a boost, and you like, like even when he said they got the numbers wrong, something like that. They got the data wrong, numbers untouchable. They got the data wrong. Whatever he was saying like that. Like people was, I guess it's a conspiracy out there why he was putting his shit on Instagram, because he was able to get his own analytics on Instagram on how much shit was peaking and how much shit was getting views, and versus how when it went on Spotify the numbers weren't matching up. That's a theory that I heard out there. So along with stuff like that, you're getting to see Luther push, you're getting to see GNX push, you're getting to see even like Rosenberg admit to it. He was like, bro, we was playing everything on GNX. I didn't even expect, like, all this stuff started to come out where it just only helped your case. The Grammys come out, niggas is fucking high-fiving Lucy Graham, that like Dr. Dre. So I feel like it's a mix of he knew stuff, but he, like, just with life, you had to let stuff play out too. And as stuff played out, I feel like it only helped this case out even further. Because
like the FBI will investigate you, but they'll let you keep committing crimes. Like we know you did this, we know you did that, we got your wires set, we know you did a bunch of this shit. Like they didn't arrest Big U for a while, right? They let him kill somebody and then do other stuff, extort people, and pretty much you say he's building the case, right? He's the mastermind. He's building the case, right? I mean, I get that, I guess, to an extent that where to be his motivation, and it actually played out perfectly in that way. And like I said, I'm not even saying I don't see certain things. I see the Luther shit. As Drake was coming up, Luther was losing like streams from like regular people, but it was gaining like 2-3 million radios. Like, all right, come on. So less people are interested in listening to it, but the people on the radio are pushing it more. It's like clearly there's something going on there.
A perfect number, bro. You did the research. That's why I said we did it. Other niggas did it. And we was like, it's all on different counts. I don't feel like other people was really studying them numbers like that, bro. You went from week to week, bro. The numbers will fall off by this much, and it'll pick up in radio by the exact number it fell off within like the next week, bro. Like we stayed on it for at least I want to say a month, bro. Like that like so. Like I said, I'm not getting into that we delusional bag because there is some smoke there. And I think Kendrick, I think Kendrick know it for sure, but even J. Cole mentioned this shit, bro. And I think J. Cole being a diplomat, but he said, he was like, niggas paying bots to change the algorithmic rings or whatever the fuck the nigga said.
Port Antonio.
Yeah, thank you. So it's just like, it's no coincidence that most rappers and rap fans wasn't really thinking about numbers being bought like that. We knew about the bundles and shit like that, but we wasn't necessarily thinking about paid for bots to push certain, people up. Like we already knew shit was microwave, but not that microwave. So yeah, when we start seeing all the rappers, not all the rappers, but our top rappers talk about that in the same time period, I don't think we delusional, bro. I just don't. Now, in J. Cole reference, he said they both was doing it, but that could have been him being diplomatic because somebody was doing it for a fact. But he ain't about to point. He ain't go point no elbows.
So for the bot argument, do you think that Not Like Us wouldn't have been big? Let's say there was 30 million bots first day. You don't think it would have been big without that, or what do you think?
I think on top of maybe not. I know. Okay, let me answer your question. Yes, it still would have been big, but the argument maybe would be if they didn't pay the YouTubers and all the media outlets to help push it, or maybe I don't know how much in cahoots, or it was already just aligned to their bias. So it's hard to kind of gauge that one for sure. But is there some type of, he did pay Screwface, he did pay the NFR, he did pay some of these other YouTubers to be a little more biased? Then I think that's what could be an argument that helps sway the battle even more than it probably should have been. But I don't think it would have changed the beef too much. I already said that. I said this back in the day. I think it may change like 20 to 30% of the effect, but that still doesn't, like, it's still a high quality song at that point. Like as far as a beef song, even if you take away that impact of the song, it's still a song, and his fans are gonna boost it and shit. But I think the nasty shit is how thirsty you are for the win, how thirsty you are to be anti-corporate, but corporate at the same time. Like how much of the walking contradiction you are, and the shit that you say you hate Drake for, you are willing to do to take him down with. Like
I'm playing devil's advocate. So this conversation should be fun. But let's just say this: how do we know that labels don't do shit without the artist knowing they doing shit? What if UMG's like, we're gonna promote artists however we want, we don't give a fuck with the artist thing. So we're gonna, let's say allegedly, because I don't know if Screwface got paid, but let's say we're gonna pay these people behind the scenes. We don't gotta ask Kendrick to do shit. The music is licensed through us. We can promote it however we want to promote it. So it's like, what if it come out like UMG did it, but Kendrick didn't know it all? Like, I'm just like making music or whatever. Like he's just thinking shit organic, like whatever.
UMG still cooked.
Okay.
UMG still cooked at that point, but I thought you were going to say something else, and it's just an interesting thing I seen. They were saying that if you look up Heart Part 6 or one of them Drake songs, I don't think Family Matters, one of the ones that wasn't I think obviously Family Matters. If you go look at a Charged Up and I think another record, they have the same amount of views. So if Drake was getting a button back then and not getting a button now, you'll feel like the number would be drastic versus Drake never really needed a button, and it's pretty apparent whether he was at one of his all-time lows, he still got the same amount of views as when he was perceived as winning the beef. I guess initially Charged Up, no one said that, but as the shit go on, the views gonna go up because they did think he wanted beef. So
I mean, you could do little shit here, like certain you see, like Kendrick would post a video and it would have hella views in the beginning. It's like this shit dropped like 2 minutes ago. Like there's no way this many people clicked on the video that fast in 2 minutes.
and it
Or like
wouldn't be
even when Drake dropped Hard Part 6, it was like at 1 million dislikes and like the first like 1 million people ain't hop on this bitch in 2 minutes. And come on, that's like you didn't listen to the song yet. Like come on, like that's what we're gonna believe that. Like little shit like that do look fishy. But like I said, is it the artist? Is it PG Lang pushing that button, or is it the labels like the executives like, hey, we're gonna do whatever we got to do to push these records, and we don't have to tell Kendrick what we do to push these records. We're just promoting the records on his behalf. He don't got to know the tactics that we do to promote or to boost these records. That's just a part of our job, and that's our obligation. So this is what we go do. And this is how we do to push certain records and push people over the top.
Let's reverse engineers Top Dog logic when he say, you know what, good battle. What about Hard Part 6 did they not want to respond to? Maybe it wasn't the Whitney shit. Maybe it is the bot shit. Like what about something in that? Because let's just be real. If they got songs for days, they got pre-records for days, they killing this nigga, Drake respond, and none of that shit is real, why not just step on them again with, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's something there. Maybe I'm reaching, but let's just assume that it could be something there. Why he didn't really want the battle to keep going on and shit to drag out the way it's getting drug out now and going through these lawsuits, because they clearly don't want this shit to get drugged out. Like, clearly. What about it? And that's why I kind of get into, I said, I don't think Drake was too crazy, because it just feel like from early on, you seen signs of them niggas like, you know what? We might be caught red-handed. And that's why, like, when you said, is it just UMG or is it Kendrick? I think Top Dog, no. I think Dave Free probably know. I think, like you said, Kojo, these niggas know, bro. And even going to, like, the Dave Lassiter or something like that, his name is. I don't fucking know. That was supposedly working with the kid that was on Extreme, and maybe the screenshots was fake. But the dude showed he had the capacity to do the shit. He said, "Give me a page. I boost the numbers up immediately. I boost the bots up immediately. They could comment, they could like. He could change the rating of followings, the ratio, whatever, immediately." Like, he did that shit immediately. So it's not like he was lying on that front. Now, was he lying about the contract negotiation? Did they lie to him about contract negotiation? How much they're going to pay him? That's a conversation. Did he really work with them? Because he supposedly worked with other artists. Like, I don't know, man. That's where it gets into, like I said, I don't think I'm delusional. And I think for a nigga to be that thirsty, but it's not wrong to be thirsty, because Michael Jordan was thirsty. Kobe Bryant was thirsty for success. To compromise all the things that you supposedly stand for is the problem.
What do you think about the notion of, what's that law in 48 Law of Power? Don't go past your mark. So maybe they thought, you drop Not Like Us, this shit's going fucking crazy. This shit's like whatever. Drake dropped Hard Part 6, they're like, nigga, we don't even get, like, you know, like, nigga, that ain't even, we drop Not Like Us, nigga, it's over for you. I don't gotta respond. It's not like us. You know what I'm saying? What if it's just also shit like that? Like, don't pass your mark. Like, you already won. No, you ain't gotta do too much. Because dropping another record after Hard Part 6 may step on Not Like Us. It's like, why would I even, you know? Because what the next one's not Like Us. The next one's more like, let's go back to like a Meet the Grams. So I was like, you don't want to go from Not Like Us to back to another Meet the Grams. Like, all right, let's just we good, nigga.
Strategically, that's not a bad plan. I wouldn't disagree with that tactic. And I would say it made more sense if he would have just posted that right after Not Like Us and not after the Hard Part 6, song. So that would have probably made more sense if he was like, it's over, way the right flag, these niggas done after Not Like Us. He did that after Drake dropped. So it's like,
well, you gotta see, but you gotta see though. Because if Drake dropped a smash, then it's like, oh shit, we gotta respond to the smash. So let's try to throw another smash. You know what I'm saying? Now they was going smash for smash, like, all right, we got to keep going. But if it's like, I got the smash, and he go back to, okay.
No, I get the optics of that, but I also think it's just as likely. So I'm not saying what you're saying is less likely than what I'm thinking. I just think it's just as likely that they didn't want to keep going through that mud that Drake was willing to go through after they did what they did, after they, said his house needed to be ready, after you talk to Adonis, after you say you're a pedophile. Now you see Drake is willing to go there even more with Whitney, even to go there with more with the, bots, and he willing to press a button that you maybe thought Drake wouldn't want to press or something like that. Maybe y'all thought he'd leave the industry stuff out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though who knows?
He ready to self-destruct it all.
Yeah, because maybe they think he's an industry guy. I don't know. I just think maybe it's the echo chamber, but I feel like I've seen too much information that proves that Drake has a case against at least UMG. And I never really even think Kendrick had to be tied into it, but obviously he is. And we'll see. We'll see what comes with that. That'll be interesting.
Why didn't Drake respond to Meek last record? I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't remember not one Meek Mill diss track. I can't name you one quotable bar. I can't name you one angle. And I fuck with Meek. I don't remember none of the shit he talked about.
And I mean, I'm not mad at that angle. Just like I said, people kill him for not responding to Pusha T shit. Like, I get it. I'm you're gonna be on your side of the bias or whatever. It is what it is. But for me, if people could have that same critique of Drake not dropping after Pusha T and Drake dropping the last response, and it being, I think it was for hip hop. I think everybody would deem something that you could respond to, not should, but could respond to. It wasn't deemed like just a throwaway record or just like irrelevant. But that's my opinion, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Hard Part 6 is horrible. Just people like, because my thing is like right before that, people were like, "Oh, why he ain't defending himself?" And it's like, then the nigga defend himself. It's like, shut up, bitch. Why are you defending yourself? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, what the fuck? It's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. So it's like, why does it even matter? But yeah, man, we'll see what's going on with this. Like I said, more shit's gonna come up from the lawsuit. More things are gonna come up from it, and let's see where it goes. All I want at the end of the day is I want Iceman to be a good album, and that's all I really want. That's it. Because at this point, like I was into it in the beginning, like I was in the weeds, obviously around Super Bowl. Like, look what's going on here, the Grammys, they dick sucking, but now like the script is out. We know the script. Kendrick's gonna win every Grammy next year. Like the script is out already for next year. So then everybody's gonna be back on oh shit, he did it again. It's like, all right, we're gonna be dick. Like the script is out, man. The script is out.
Is that my tripping? Is that not crazy that it's back up like for an award again?
It was never up for award the first time.
Not Like Us wasn't up for a Grammy?
Not Like Us is his own song.
Oh.
That was a GNX.
I'm sorry, but people were saying Not Like Us was going to be.
No, Not Like Us is up for some reason at the VMAs. They've nominated last year and this year, which is crazy. But
yeah, that's what I was asking, I guess. Then.
The VMAs is the VMAs. I don't know why they would nominate something twice, but.
Check your Twitter DM. I sent you the track list.
Flying Low said, I will be. What do you mean I will be? What are you talking about? What do you mean by that, Flying Low? When you say I will be, what does that mean? Keep it cool, West End Lights, not about problem, 6 below. Table for one, Park Lane Circle, numbers don't melt. 12 a.m. in Amsterdam, back outside again, Supermax. Bitter in the morning, how you gonna leave twice, On My Lap, North Face Interlude, Out of Reach, Pinocchio, Iceman. That might just be some shit people made, but who knows? I did see that he flew.
Somehow be accurate, I ain't gonna lie.
I've never seen a track list that was accurate. Maybe you see some shit that was accurate. I've never seen a track list that was accurate. This early, I ain't never seen, because he never really announced nothing, like nothing on the way. Like I ain't never seen shit like that before. But even I saw like Gordo had posted like, oh, he brought me a jet to Europe to help finish Iceman. I know you like Honest Nevermind, you like the house shit, but I don't really care for the house shit on Iceman. Like I don't know, I just don't. I want a views type. Like for my expectation, I want a views type album. And like I said, there's a one dance on Views and there's that, but I don't even care for that to be on Views. I'm talking about the first couple songs on Views. I'm talking about Feel No Ways, 9. Like I'm talking about shit like that.
I mean,
that's the shit I want on Iceman.
Based on this looks like as close as we're gonna get to. I'm basing on this at like at least 75%. Like I'm almost 75% sure this is real, just based on my Drake intuition. Just saying, maybe it is some checklist. I was just like, yeah, that's bullshit. But it's some checklist. I'm like, oh yeah, I could just tell. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But it's only 17 records, possibly. Like I said, who knows? I feel like that's less of the playlist than because how many songs Take Care had? Is it like 15?
Nah, Take Care like 20.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, and I don't feel like the honestly never mind from these titles, like Keep It Cool, West End Lights. That
It don't
feel
get
like
it don't get that vibe if those are true.
Like a lot of this feel like almost like views type of titles.
Yeah,
like
20 records. Well, those are bonus tracks too, but originally
Park Lane Circle. Like I remember, like reminds me of Western Road Flows. Numbers Don't Melt. Like that feels like a rapping record where you're gonna be talking shit. 12 a.m. in Amsterdam. Obviously, if this is real, we already know what that is. Back Outside Again, Supermax, we know that's rapping. Yeah, this feels like on my lap. This feels like a rapping project. It's gonna feel like a traditional Drake project, if you ask me.
Yeah, I hope so.
Based on these, but yeah, just based on this. And that Pinocchio, that's might be the one. It might be the one.
I'll hold my hopes for whatever I think might happen.
Do you think there should be features or no features?
I don't think it should be features. I think it should. If there's features, it should be like people we don't know. Like I'm not gonna say Sampha was unknown. Maybe he was unknown to me at the time. Like when he was on Views, I forgot what song. I can't think of it right now. But like people like that. I'm not saying that Janae Aiko was unknown when she was on The Worst or whatever the song was they did together. Maybe it was The Worst. I don't know. But people like that, like Yeba, when she was on some records, like when he had, what's the girl name from UK he brought out? I forgot the fuck her name was, but people know who I'm talking about. Her name's something. He was dealing with her. He made a song about her, Jaded, I think. I don't know. I can't remember her name, but features like that, cool. I'm fine with that. But I don't need to be filled with like Lil Yachty and I fuck with 21. I love 21 Savage, but like 21 and a little bit. Like I don't need all that. Just like
what about Young Thug?
No, I don't need that. I don't want that. Young Thug, since he's been out of jail,
Young Thug been killing shit though.
He did. Okay, I was about to lie. Dumb and Dumber, I do like, and the song with him in Future, I do like, but I don't. Young Thug to me ain't Iceman. Like no, this is different. Iceman is like. It's like Views. Like I don't know. Like niggas don't need to be on Views. Yeah, that was on the playlist. Shit. Like you want to put nigga on playlist? Put nigga on playlist.
I'll being funny because you said he supposed to be on Iceman. I was like, well, he's on Ice Milk.
Oh, okay. You got me with that one. That's a good little quip there, buddy. But yeah, nobody like that. I'm good with that. I'm good. But like I said, I'm probably like it either way. It doesn't really matter what. I'm gonna like it either way. I'll tell you what I want. I'll tell you what I want.
If it's a 9 to a 9.5 to a 10 album, nigga, you could have butt fuck whoever the fuck. If they sound great on the Drake project because he killed it, that's all that matters. But I think that's what we all, from at least Drake fans, and I know the haters don't want it, but that's what we want. 9, I think at least a 9. And for me, an 8.5, I'll be happy with. I know what would be an 8.5 in Drake catalog though. Like, they say For All the Dogs an 8, something above. Something I guess like an 8.5. But even in the reason I say that, just because him still being in the midst of adversity and him still able to deliver, if he able to maybe get a number one.
No, you can.
You know what I mean?
When Drake drop an album, the record is gonna be broken. Like, it's not even a question. When the album comes out, the record's gonna be broken. No matter how much rated now, unless they try to pump radio up to 1 million and go crazy, then y'all got it. But he's gonna get a number one when it comes down to it. Too much samples on too much. That's what it was. But even like the Billboard shit, I don't even really. I know people say it's coke because Drake ain't dominating anymore, but like. The more you really dig into this industry shit and you really see how this shit is, it's like, and I've been saying this for a while now though, but like, I see why hip hop isn't on Billboard no more. And we can't look at Billboard to be the reason for like, oh, hip hop's bad because of Billboard. Because one, they don't get to play a lot of that shit on the radio. The songs we might like don't get played on the radio that much. And then 2, they can't even be played on multiple stations. The reason Luther could be so big is because you can play it on R&B station, you can play it on hip hop, you can play it on top 40, you can play it on all the different stations. So it gets that 70, 80 million play. The white stations, like the Ordinary song, what do you mean? That's what it is. It get played everywhere.
No, you could kind of blame it on that, but you could kind of blame it just on the era where hip hop at. I think 2000s, a lot of our rappers that was elite made those records that could go on any type of shit. Like even like the Ludacris, it was a real hood record, but it still had the cleanness to go on those other, you know what I mean, records. And same with like Snoop Dogg when he got a little in the 2000s. That's the only reason I did that. Cause I'm like, I feel like most of our top rappers now just all do the gang shit. So that's why you're right completely. But I don't know if it's just because of, you know, I was just thinking. That's why
Because even like I said, like I talk shit about Yeet, and I said it's like maybe 2 years ago. Like, oh, this Yeet song ain't doing show on Billboard, but at the end of the year it has 500 million streams. It's like, well, I can't just act like I ain't do shit just because it wasn't how it had 500 million streams in 1 year. So obviously people were consuming it and listening to it, but it didn't transfer to Billboard because they're not playing Yeet on the radio. They're not giving them that, that admiration, accolade, whatever it is. And that's why over the years you saw country becoming more prominent because I'd have to see to it. Is there more? How many country radio stations are there? How many rap stations are there? How many top 40 stations are there?
And maybe it's unfair to rap, but I feel like that's a part of the brand too. Because if your brand not big enough, radio not really incentivized to play you like with Yeet. I mean, not Yeet, Yachty, not Yachty. Fuck 6ix9ine. I said 3 different niggas. With 6ix9ine, like he had that ratchet shit. Like, and even the Sexy Red, they got the ratchet shit, but it's they brand so big. Cardi B, they brand so big, they forced to still be on. Like, not even forced. The radio want to play them because they want to keep those brands almost like it's like Coca-Cola, Pepsi. It's like the top echelons of the brands of hip hop. You want to keep them on the rotation more because it's like we got all the best products here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking why it's been a fall off of radio too. A lot of our either it's you could say it's a bit of the music type is at least my opinion, and then probably a little bit of that branding too. Because there is I'm thinking about the ratchet shit that we got now in the past, and even some of those rappers like the Wayne, like I said, T.I. and all that. They just had those brands that was just so different to me. I feel like versus now these guys are kind of like we cool with just having a festival, type brand. I think that I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, and that's what I think. That's the biggest thing between the Drakes and shit like that, and the big three, and a lot of the niggas that's from our era versus the new era. Those brands are not the same. Like I don't like being honest. This might be crazy. Lil Baby might have maxed out at where Meek Mill peaked, and Meek Mill not even one of our top guys. Essentially, like he obviously top 5 or top 10, but he not like top 3. You know what I mean? And Lil Baby supposed to be like top 2. Same for like Gunna. Gunna, like brand wise, music wise, he might be up there, but like brand wise, like he I don't did he pass Meek Mill brand wise? I don't know. Like Meek Mill,
Lil Baby,
Gunna or Lil Baby.
I don't think so. But like I said, I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some Wiz Khalifa, like Wiz Khalifa was global.
Wiz Khalifa was a monster. He still go crazy, right? I mean, I don't know about crazy, but his name recognition is still like
insane, and it's like he was the first.
He's like Snoop Dogg for like he's like he might drop music and people ain't like really like going crazy with it, but like Wiz Khalifa with just the name is like icon.
Yeah, and I'm talking about even at the peak, like his brand. I'm sorry. His brand and what he was able to get from it versus a Lil Baby and Gunna and all these guys right now. I don't know, because when you look at what Wiz Khalifa was able to do consistently on tours and stuff like that, like it was crazy. Obviously, his day-to-day stuff on YouTube, I don't know if you want to throw numbers like that shit in there, but it's just interesting because I think that's why a lot of these guys may miss out and why we might be a little bit more inferior to the country and stuff like that. That's why I say it might be unfair because the country niggas probably don't have them brands, but they got that white culture and.
I'm about to say they got brands. Them niggas is mad. Morgan Wallen still. His album dropped 12 weeks ago. That bitch still number one in the country. And it's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
number one. It's gonna be number one this week.
yeah, I'm not so talking about the top guys because when we say dominating hip hop, I don't feel like it's just one guy is the reason why country is over hip hop. You know what I mean? I feel like it's the middle guys all the way up to the Morgan Wallens. That's how it was in hip hop when we was dominating. It wasn't just the top guys that was number one. You will see a Fetty Wap come up there every once in a while. You'll see, obviously, we said the 21s, Little Babies. You'll see the Drakes and Meeks and Big Sean's pop up on the top 100. It wasn't just the top guy that was the reason we was bigger than.
Well, I mean, let's go through the top 10, the Billboard 100 right now, real quick. Number one song of the week is called Golden. It's by a group called Hunter X. It's a K-pop group. Never heard of it. It's a part of a movie soundtrack. It's number one. Ordinary by Alex Warren. I love that record. It's a great record. But it's like it's not, I would say it's pop. It's like soft pop. It's kind of like an Ed Sheeran-esque. It's like
how big is Alex Warren? I feel like that's kind of the conversation. How big is his brand?
I mean, I don't think it's. I'm trying to, because like he blew up on TikTok, right? And then now he's doing shows. He's getting recognized. Obviously, he has number one record. His album is doing better now. There's been more recognized, but he's not like a. I don't know how to explain it. Like in the pop world, he's not, like I say, at this point, he's not a Ed Sheeran level, Morgan Wallen. Like, I don't know where he would be at in their world, but he has number one record, but he's still kind of new. Like he'll probably get nominated for best new artist this year at the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know where to place him. Like if he was to do a tour, maybe he's on tour right now. I don't know. Like what's his venue size? I wouldn't even be able to tell you that.
That just kind of go what I'm saying. Like I think country, if you look at them, they got guys with a wide variety. It's just not Morgan Wallen the reason that they're carrying over hip hop right now.
Well, I mean, I don't even mean just country, like country and pop, kind of like just are
together.
Because he's more like I said, he's not like a country. It's more like a soft pop, like Ed Sheeran type style. Then you got this girl named Chapel Rome. She's a pop girl. Then you got Morgan Wallen. Then you got Justin Bieber with Daisies. Then you got a song called Love Me Not. I probably heard it, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head, but somebody named Raven Line. Then Morgan Wallen, number 7. Then you got the K-pop people at number 8. Teddy Swims, that shit's been in the top 10 for 100 weeks at this point. So then you got Shabuzi, bar song, still top 10. 11, Morgan Wallen. 12, Lady Gaga, Bruno. Then you get Kendrick Luther. Then you get another K-pop group. Then you got Shabuzi again, pop girl, pop guy, K-pop. Then you got Leon Thomas with Mutt. That's when R&B comes into the mix. Number 20. Then you got Post Malone, Billie Eilish, Morgan Wallen, Benson Boone, which is pop guy. K-pop people, Benson Boone, more K-pop people, somebody I don't know, K-pop, it's like, and then Big X the Plug at 31, but he's featuring a country person named Bailey Zimmerman, and you got that, and that you don't get the next rap record. I mean, you got It Depends by Chris Brown and Bryson Tiller's on there at 34, SZA Kendrick 30 for 30, Bailey Zimmerman, Luke Combs, that's obviously country.
Yeah, this has a lot to do with radio, is what we say.
Morgan Wallen featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. Miami, they got Drake, What Did I Miss? 40. So Nokia is number 42. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of country, pop, not too much rap. The most rap it becomes new rap. Like Suicide Boys dropped the album last week. They got a couple songs in there, but most likely they'll fall out. And then you got obviously Drake, Kendrick. And after Drake, Kendrick, the next, I mean, Big X was in there at 31. But besides that, you got Cardi B, Outside at 57, then Tyler Creator at 58. So it's like these songs aren't like staying because I guess the radio's not. And you would think those are big brands, right? Cardi B's a massive brand. The radio probably should be playing that shit 1,000,000 times a week in hip hop stations, but I mean it's not. Tyler Creator, they're just not.
Cause I think it's like I said, it's the brand mixed with like the style of being able to make that record, that style of record that I feel like the early 2000s and 90s was a lot better at knowing. Like we can make our style, our bag of music that we known for making, but we could still go out there and make that smash record like a Kanye was doing, Eminem was doing, Drake, you name it. At those times, and I think the guys now, especially like a Gunna, it's no number one records on there by any means, but like he's really good at making his style of shit, but he don't know how to, or they don't.
He had Fuck You Mean was like a top 10 record the whole year when he dropped that.
But that's still his style of record. It's not that. I can make a record for the nation. Like
Well, my point was that he
that's
can
the
make
difference.
his style records that are hits because "Fuck You Mean" was
Yeah, no, and I think
hit.
I think they all can, and I think that's why they're cool. But I don't think that's also why I think it's kind of counterproductive to their long run numbers as far as the Billboard. Because even like a Future, like he could make hits for hip hop genre, but not necessarily gonna span outside of hip hop, like we were saying earlier. Versus like that wasn't a problem with Kanye. That wasn't even a problem with 50 Cent. Like 21 Questions and shit like that went crazy. It's Your Birthday went crazy and all type of demographics. That's what I'm kind of saying. So like they're really good at making their type of records, but like even like for Lil Wayne, like the Mrs. Officer is a Wayne record and Lollipop is a Wayne record, but it's still like Wayne. Like I'm making a hit. Like
Yeah.
I know,
but also,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like
also too with the Billboard
different.
100, they rules too probably mess up the charts a little bit when it's like if you've been on the charts for like 50 weeks or something. So I forgot what the number is. And you drop below 25, they'll just take you off. Even if you're like go from 25 to 27, if you've been on the charts for 50 plus weeks, they'll just take you off completely. It's like, is that really fair? Their thing is, we want to keep putting new music on there. We want to keep recycling it. It's like, no, if there's a song that's 10 years old that's been at number 45 for 10 years, let that fucking song be sitting there for 45 for 10 years. Like it is what it is. Like people still obviously listen to the shit. So there could be other records from hip hop that are still going to be on the radio that are doing well, but due to that rule, it's like you can't be on the list because you're not in the top 25 still.
Yeah, and I'm kind of contradicting what I said just a few seconds ago, because even when I do think about the Gunna project or the Dirk project, if they really had either their own marketing was like a Drake, or they had like the right teams around them that, these labels that was really pushing them the right way, a lot of these records would still be hits. It's a new era. So it's like they could still go. It's just different, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, obviously it's not a Mrs. Officer and 21 Questions, but like for this era, that's maybe not.
And also, I feel like this era of rapper didn't make records for the radio. They're making records for streaming. That's why, like, there's a lot more cussing. There's a lot more like you got to think a lot of these records that we like. Probably sometimes you got to bleep out a lot of shit, change it. But it's like they're not making it for the radio. They're making it for, hey, it's on streaming. Go streaming. Like we don't give a fuck about the radio. Like we grew up in the streaming era. We didn't grow up in the we trying to catch a hit on radio era. Someone probably don't care about that. Like I don't think Gunna cares about like he might like it. Like it might be great to have a top 10 on Billboard, but there's like I'm gonna put my music out, and if this song is 100 million streams, so, to me that's a hit. Like
it is
like
what it is. The number one, not necessarily the conversation of the number one rapper, but using how many number one hits is probably going to end up dying pretty soon. Like after this era, it's not going to be a thing that we really look at. Now, if artists do start to do crazy numbers, it'll be something that'll stand out. Like even if they're doing like top 50s and stuff like, it's like okay, they're doing something. But like I think that's we might be heading to a new era how we look at artists. And I think we already do. Like we look at how many streams they get in a month, obviously, or how many streams they get throughout the year. Like that's a thing still. So. Or a new thing, so interesting.
Yeah, but speaking of Gunna, let's get into that. Gunna dropped the album. JID dropped the album. I didn't listen to Bryson Tiller's album yet. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bryson Tiller dropped the album, so it's a classic.
That's the one you have to listen to, man. That's the one. That was the best album. I didn't listen to JID, but that was the best album, I think. Compared to Gunna.
I will say for Gunna, it's like I said, 25 is too much. When all the songs to me sound similar, it's just too much. So you don't need 25. I don't need 25 of the same sounding records. Like I just don't.
I ain't gonna lie, I like the album.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying like, I don't need 25 songs like similar sounding records. Like you can just give me 12 and like 13. Like
I get it. It was. I think it was. I can't even give him no cop out. I was gonna say I think it's because it's his last project, but he do that all the time.
Like it's just like all right, cool. Like it was cool. It was like it wasn't nothing. Like you said, I don't feel like there's a major hit in there. It's not better than any shit I've heard from him. It's kind of like to me, it's kind of like Freddie Gibbs like mailing it in. Like I know I can do this, and people will like it. And like I said, I don't dislike it. I don't think anything on there was like, oh, this is completely horrible. I can never listen to this again. But it was nothing that was like. To me, that it doesn't do nothing for him. If I'm gonna say like, You know, like when people drop an album, like, okay, this put you here, this put you there. Like, oh, this could put you. It's like it doesn't move him anywhere for me as far as if I was to like rank him. Like I'm like, oh, this album now puts him in this conversation. Like I heard Joe Budden saying like he's Atlanta's Kendrick or something like that. I was like, I mean, I guess if I don't know, Future's still there, so I don't know why you say that, but yeah, it was a cool project. I think it was like this immaculate thing.
No, it's not even. It's not immaculate. It's on par with his other projects, though. It might be. I don't know. I think it's on par. If you can probably disagree, I'm not mad at that. But when I look back at how I graded it above an 8. It was an 8.4. It did have like maybe 4 or 5 records that was like a 7, but other than that, like it was a lot of records I liked. I don't know. But it's like with Future. Like you have to like that style, I guess, like a lot for it to really vibe out. Like I guess that's the only reason I was think why it just wasn't like.
I think it just can't be the same shit. Like it's got to be something I don't know, like not nothing new and crazy. But it's like
he got different type of records on there though. That's why it's not so much.
It feel like it just be continuation of the last 2 albums. I don't feel like there's nothing like.
But nothing crazy. That's his style, though.
Yeah, but it's nothing. It's nothing like there's no massive hit records on there. There's no record. I was like, damn, that was crazy. It's like that was cool. Like I'm in my 10 in my den. I go. It's like nothing was crazy. It's just like all right, it's cool. Like all right. Like how I felt about Freddie Gibbs. Like Freddie Gibbs can rap, but it's like that was cool. Like all right.
I just feel like the production was a lot better on this project. So it's like
did you not see that compilation where all this shit just sound the same? Like as the last 2 projects, like they took this beat to this beat to that beat to that. It's like there's nothing different.
I didn't, even with that being true, I didn't feel like it was repetitive to me. I didn't feel none of those type of vibes. Like I said, but I could understand it because it's the same stuff I hear with Future, where it's like it's not nothing new. It was whatever, like Pluto mixtape or something like that. But for me as a fan, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I think it's just I feel like you gotta give it a chance. That's really all I
did listen to it 4 times.
I think it's worth more than that. Honestly, I think it's worth just vibing out to. I think it's a really good project that is gonna stay in rotation for me. Like it's a lot of good records on there. Like like I said, not enough to be a number 1 hit, not enough to be top 10 hits, but like if they had the right people behind them, like the Fuck With You Boy record, that shit could do some, like that could do radio. I feel like if it was being pushed. I'm trying to think of look at some other records. I like Rare Occasions, On Me, What They Thinking, Showed Them. Obviously, Him All Alone. But it's a lot of good records, but I had to actually listen to them. Forever Be Mine's a really good record. I feel like that could be radio. Biden Game, that's a really good record. Yeah, I don't know. I said for me, it's a hard hill, bro. I understand it because it's like you want rappers to be consistent and drop. But at the same time, you want them to be innovative and like completely different. But like I said, for me, I feel like he got different type of records. Like I said, the Forever Be Mine again, like he getting into the girl love song records. I thought those was really good records. Then he got.
It's like I said, he can take. I'm not saying he has to completely change. You can go from 25 to 13, and it'd be like this is a easy listen, an enjoyable listen. But when you're like 25 songs. Like songs start to kind of sound similar. That like, oh, this song sounds like the track number 3, and then this one sounds like track number 5. I'm like, okay, like you just cut this shit down. Like you don't need to put. I get streaming and I get all that. Maybe like it's your last album, you're trying to pump out all the music that's licensed under whatever YSL, whatever. But I don't know. 25.
I don't know, man, because the reason I disagree because even with the 25, he was getting in and out. Like the songs wasn't dragging on. Like some songs he'll only have one verse and then he'll have 3 hooks with another artist, or he'll just have 2. Like it was songs where it'll be him and then he'll have like one of he had like the UK guy or whatever it was on one song, and they had like a really short verse and they got to the hook. So like even with like a lot of these songs are damn near interludes. I could say it's at least like 6 songs that was only 2 minutes. And they were just like short little vibes. It's just like little shit. It's like filler music. You tell me a bunch of like just little interludes, like that's filler music. That's not like
He's trying to like put great music out there.
It was good.
It's cool. It's not great. Great music. When you say great
I didn't say that. I said good. I said good.
Oh, I thought you said great. But great music, that means some great is like, oh, this is great. But even 8.4, that's kind of high. 8.4 is like 8.4. Is like, I don't know about that. But like, you got your grade system. But you got how you grade it. So, you got your little system.
To me, it's almost perfect because you got, was it 8.4, 8.6? It might have been 8.6, but it was right around. I gave Lil Wayne Carter 5 8.5 and the Clips was at 8.3. So like for me, it's like it's not that crazy when I think Gunna style of music. Obviously, I like that better. So it's not gonna be that crazy that I think it's like 0.3 because I think that it's a lot of good just vibes on there. I don't know. Like even when you're saying it's filler music, I just disagree because it's just I think it's a not even new age, but like what's the guy now? XXXTentacion. Like he was great at making 2-minute songs. Like he wasn't trying to fall in love with making 3-minute, 4-minute songs. Like Lucci, I listened to this nigga album. That nigga's great at making 4-minute and 30-minute songs, 4-minute and 30-second songs. Like he just do that. Like a lot of them songs, like damn, this song got a third, fourth verse, or like it's still going, and I didn't lose interest. But for Gunna, I don't think he's so in love with trying to force a 3 or 4-minute song. And I think he was good, making a lot of good vibes in 2 minutes. That's just my idea. And then when you get some of those deeper records, like I said, Rare Occasions, Fuck With Your Boy. Obviously, like I said, my favorite record is probably what was that singing record I said?
No, Wizkid.
Nah. Wizkid was hilarious. Nah, that was a good record, but not Wizkid. Forever Be Mine, that one's so tough. And What They Thinking, like I gave those both 10s. Like if you want to see what my mind at, but that's like I said, for me, he delivered for what I expect Gunna to deliver for. Like it's like, what do we expect him to do more than like when we went back and listened to Lil Wayne, it kind of back to that same shit. He was doing his shit like rapping, but it wasn't like he was just the craziest, like especially on the mixtapes, like some of the like whatever, some of those earlier mixtapes, I forget the No Sinners, whatever. Like he was just killing shit. It wasn't necessarily like it was the craziest production. So it's like in this day and age, why are we just having these crazy expectations when we know why people fuck in love with Wayne? Like, so it's no different.
I don't think the Wayne comparison, because No Sinners, he was killing shit. Gunna's not killing shit. He's just like coasting shit. Like, it's like, all right, cool, that's cool. Like, it's not nothing. Whoa, my God, he did. Whoa, I was like, okay.
I'm comparing them to each other though, because I'm saying like when you go back and listen to other Gunna shit, like Gunna, he gonna give you like for me, I think he give you subtle, nuanced, motivational shit. I think he'll give you some love records, and he'll give you subtle bars where he'll be talking some shit, but he's not as bad as Yeat when it comes to rapping. Like I think he's a better rapper than that, but it's about him creating a vibe, and he's one of those like lifestyle type of rappers. Obviously, like I feel like even like Rick Ross to a degree, but not on he don't rap as good as Rick Ross, but he might be a little better at creating a vibe than Rick Ross, and that's what I'm like. What do you expect from him? Because it's like I said, the Future shit. It's like Future gonna give you his rapping shit, where it's the trap shit. He gonna give you about 4 love songs and his toxic shit, and then he gonna get into some other like type of vibes or whatever. And that's what you.
My main thing is if you have 25 songs, I only want to listen to 5 of them later. It's like that's a great album.
5 is crazy. 5 is crazy.
They're like whoa, those are cool. Like I'll put those on the playlist. I hope they come on when I put it on shuffle. Like I said, there's a difference from like, oh, this song is cool, this is passable. Then like I'm gonna throw these in the playlist. Like I hope this comes on next. I hope I hear that. Like if you hear something, if you put something in your playlist and you hear like, why the fuck is that in my playlist? Like this isn't like I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You that shit like I'm on completely the other side. It's too many records to say just 5. I'm not saying 5. You never say, okay, if you have 25 songs and you got 7 or 8, they're like, you should just cut it down to fucking 13, 14. If you're trying to make a great album, if you're trying to put out a bunch of music that niggas might like passively here and there, that's fine. But if you're trying to make a great album, then, because he's made great albums recently that didn't have fucking, 25 songs. I said that from the beginning, like 25 songs, I already know it's going to be a bunch of bullshit. And when I say bullshit, I don't mean bullshit. Just listen, calm down. Goddamn, bunch of bullshit. I mean, like, just filler shit. Just like, it's going to be cool because it's Gunna. Because I don't think Gunna's going to make just some completely ass trash like a Playboy Cardi. But it's like, it's not going to be considered a great album. I'm like, oh, this 25 song album was amazing. Like, there's a couple good records, a couple cool records, and then, like, that's what it is. More than a couple. That's just my opinion. I get it. We got different takes. I think there's at least 10 really good records on here. There's another like 5 like I like those records, and then there's another one's like, okay, I could see where you might have a case where it's not.
So if you just put them 15 records, you'd be like, damn, this might be album of the year contender.
Yeah,
but niggas want to put extras. They want to put extra shit. That's what I'm saying. They want to put. That's not nitpicking. That's make a great album. I say it's about Drake, about everybody. Everybody want to put filler shit. That's why I like the clip shit. It's like 10, 12 records, and these are 10, 12 songs. Like, damn, these great records. In and out. Great album.
But we in a
great
different era, especially with those type of rappers, bro. Like, it's no different than Gucci. Like, that's just what they do. Like,
and nobody says Gucci has an amazing discography. They'll pick out certain songs. They won't put him in no discography conversation. They'll be like, he got a lot of shit.
But I don't want to bring them niggas.
Most niggas won't be like, they'll be like, here's a lot of discography, but you can't just be like, here, this album, that album, this album, this. It's like, no.
Yeah, but I think they do this. I think they take the same principle of we're gonna keep dropping and we're gonna do what we do our best. Obviously, Gucci is a lesser degree to that, but I'm talking about the same principle of dropping a lot of music. I think it's no different in Future. Maybe your best argument was saying he 2-part these albums so you can like make it a little more digestible. But I think everything went well. Like the first 3 songs, it was a good warming up to he going into like some fire shit. And I think everything was on track with what he was like showing how he was in his moment. Like, I looked up like what was the purpose for this album, and he was saying it's no real thing, but it's about where his headspace is at, how he kind of living in and stuff like that. So when you listen to a lot of these songs, it made sense to why they on the project to me. That's why I'm disagreeing with. Maybe you could argue that if he take them off, like it's a better project because it's all whatever. But I still think these songs all went together as far as just like where he was in his headspace, and for like him talking a lot of shit on a lot of these songs where he getting off of how he been feeling about a lot of this stuff in the past. So I just felt like everything was pretty much appropriate because the first 3 songs, like there wasn't below 7s to me. They were like 7.5. And then you get to like GP all the way down to like Again, which is like 6, 7 records straight. And then you go to other records that's like 8s. And then after you get like to 4 records that's like 8s, you go back up to 10s when you get towards the end of the album. I just feel like it was like a roller coaster.
Okay, what do you give an 8? Like, what is an 8? Like, that's like what you say. The beat is cool. What's that?
The rapping's an 8. The hook's an 8, or the beat like that's 8s across the board. But let's say his rapping was a 9, the beat was a 7, and the hook was a 7.5. Like, I think that could be an 8 or something like that. So it just averages. But for me, like a podcast, like the hook was an 8. His rapping was an 8.5 because he talking shit. Like, I turned these niggas to a podcast. It was appropriate to why it's on there. It's not one of the 9 songs, but I think it should be on there. The beat was an 8.
What's the lowest rated song?
Endless.
No, I mean, like, what's the number?
7.3. It was nothing below average to me on this project. Nothing. To me, Prototype, a hard record. At my purest. Even that, at my purest, biting my game, Prototype. That's him talking shit, bro. Like, that's him where he at in his headspace. And how he said it's a lot of niggas biting his game and trying to take his style, and he creating shit. And it was one of the bars I like. He said something like, it's so hard. That's how you know it ain't fake or some shit like that, or you know I ain't faking it, because like he's so able to recreate he was pretty much saying I can keep doing this so much that you know it ain't fake. Like, I'm so cold at this shit, you know it ain't fake. Like, it was just a lot of hard just shit like that. I enjoyed it, bro. I
could tell you said nothing's under a 7.
But like I said, for Gunna now, take his 8.4 versus Clip's 8.3. Clip's maybe could be album of the year because, like you said, maybe when you take on how concise it was as a project or whatnot. But even then, I'm like, bro, how long was this project? Like an hour? And Clip's is 50 minutes? If I'm not mistaken, but I could understand why you say it's no fat on the Clips album. I might disagree with you on that, but versus it might be a little more fat on the Gunna shit. So his 8.3 could beat out because Gunna wasn't focused on curating maybe the most hardest project like the Clips was. Maybe like Sexy Songs for You because, you know, Drake where he was in his time frame, or Justin Bieber or Bryson Tiller. But Bryson Tiller shit was like a 9. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was like a 9.4. That nigga had damn near 10s across the board. Bryson Tiller shit.
I ain't listening to Bryson Tiller shit yet.
Bryson Tiller shit, Justin Bieber shit, sexy songs for you. Hey, we got good R&B this year. That's all I'm telling you. I don't know which one's better because it's like they're so different. But
he got 24 records. Oh, it's a.
No, it's not out there. Yeah, I think the rest drop later. That 12 pack, oh man, and he rapping. That's really good rapping, like really good rapping. And he got like it's almost that dancey shit too.
I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow.
He had a lot of beat switches, like the beats. That's really what the production was. Damn near a 10, and then he was killing it. Like almost every song, so it was hard for him not to get 9s. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm excited for I am excited for the Offset project though. I think that's gonna be a good project. I think the Offset project is gonna be good. I like the 2 songs he dropped so far, Professional and Bodies featuring JID.
Yeah.
But even like the JID album, I was listening to JID album, it was like I don't know what it is about JID. It feels like it's something missing to where it don't connect fully. It's like you're listening to somebody that can rap really good, but it's just like it's something there that's not like I don't know what it is. I don't know, something that's not flipping the switch. I don't know what it is. Like, you're like, damn, this guy can rap really good. And even on the first, like the prelude thing, that was like 4 songs, like that shit was hard. But the album, I don't know what it was like. Maybe I'm not focused this week. I got shit going on. I'm trying to get passports and going on a trip. I'm focused on, I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I listen to Gunna album like at the fucking swim out pool and like chilling, like vibing. Maybe I like it like more when I'm vibing on the fucking pool or something like that. Yeah, but like when you go through life, you trying to get shit together. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like this past week, I'm trying to get shit together. I'm like, got to go to the passport agency, get a passport one day and do this and pay this. And you know, maybe I'm just, there's too much going on for me to really focus on the fucking these guys rapping and me to really enjoy it. But
I mean, I seen that track out there by JID though. And I felt that way about his other projects.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't get like it's like it's good. So it's kind of like Freddie Gibbs. Like Freddie Gibbs' album was good, but it's not like
a lot of these guys.
I don't know. It don't feel like. I don't know. So, I'm gonna explain it.
I mean, I haven't listened, so I'm just giving like a
You're giving a general critique of JID and your vision of him.
Not even JID. Just like how you said, just new age artists, and even like the Freddie Gibbs, like. You wait a week, a year or 2 years to drop something, and there's not really a focused vision that people really want to consume on the level like of a top artist. Like that's what a lot of these great guys do. He just mentioned Kendrick because I feel like he's kind of closer to him, or even J. Cole. Like Forest Hill Drive had a vision. Like Born Sinners had a vision. Like obviously, To Pimp a Butterfly, like. They took that 2 years to really come up with something that was art outside of the rap. And obviously you can rap. So I think that's what they got to do, whether it's the storytelling of your life, whether it's whatever. I think that's the same thing Corday kind of be missing and stuff too, where it's like being able to present it in a package though. Like, because you could talk about it in your raps and stuff, but people got to feel it. People got to see it. And sometimes it's deeper than just putting it on lyrics. So you also got to give certain packages like J. Cole. A lot of people don't remember. He'll do the little 10-minute little documentary before his shit dropped. Like Drake was doing shit this was way back in the day. He did the shit with the rat nigga. What's the rat dude? The dude that he's beefing with now. The rat that he called him a rat. That's why he flipped.
Oh, Elliot.
When he'll do like a 30-minute before the album drop. I think that was Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. He'll do that to just curate the vibes of the feeling, or he'll do billboard shit. Like he make it a moment. Like. And that's where a lot of these guys are missing. Even with the Gunna's little babies, like I feel like Wham got shit on because it's like I got to give some accountability to the little baby. I also got to give accountability to his labels and his team around him because I think it's a good project, but you got to make people feel like it's important. Just like how it's a subtle nuance. They shit on Playboy Max, but then they fail to realize they kind of need to figure out their own ways of doing it better too. He was like, when he was bobbing to his beat and shit, they was like, bro, it's like laughing at your own joke. But it's like, it's a way to present it to people that if it's a good beat or it's it could have been a good beat, but how you presented it made it a bad beat.
I don't even agree with I agree with that point, but I've seen these niggas, like I've seen Timbaland behind the scenes of Timbaland, like when he showed Jay-Z beats, he was in that motherfucker like going like if it's hard, it's hard. Like, Playboy Max shit wasn't even that hard for him to be going that crazy. It's like Like the laugh at your joke, like you can laugh at your joke if your joke is actually hilarious. But it's like laughing at your joke when it's like, nigga, it's not even that funny. Like, why you going so crazy? Because the beat he was playing, I was like, all right, it's cool, but it's not like you're doing too much, nigga. I get what you're saying. But I don't know what it is about these some of these newer guys. It's like
they're missing that, bro. It's subtle.
I mean, it's like Cordae's. Like I said, I never said Cordae is talented, but I feel like he'll never be a star because he doesn't have that he doesn't have that thing where people really connect with him to make because you have to connect with these people in some type of way to really like for them to like people connect with Kendrick, people connect with J. Cole, they connect with Drake, they connect with Nicki Minaj, they connect with Kanye, they connect with they connect with these people in a certain way to where they're like these massive stars and their music kind of like passes through generations. These newer guys like y'all like JID makes good music, but he doesn't make good enough music for me to be like I keep seeing people say album of the year, like with the clip shit, and it's just like I don't know. The clip thing feels like a story. Whether I like all the cloud chasey Drake shit or whatever, it's like we've been apart 15 years. We broke up. Pharrell went his way, did what he was doing. Now we're back. The clips, like it was 2000, whatever. Like there's a story behind that, and then it delivers. And I said this in the last podcast. I feel like Malice is probably like we do our war show for me. I don't know about you personally. I would put Malice in that conversation of like a MVP for the year, just for all the verses he's done, the shit he's been doing. But even I think about this too, I feel like Party Next Door don't get enough credit for that Say Song For You album. Like all the hooks he was doing on that bitch, the solo shit, deeper, like not Playboy Cardi, what's the name? Party Next Door don't get enough credit for what he did on that Say Song For You album. When I go back and listen to it, I'm listening to his hooks, listening to just his little parts on the album, like he was on his shit. I like I never was like a big Party Next Door fan like that, but he was doing the shit on 6 Songs For You.
Yeah, I mean, if no one drops multiple projects or like has a hard feature run, it's gonna be hard to judge the MVP. But it might come down to just the album and who performed, and like you said, maybe they got another feature or two. But for instance, like Kevin Gates, he about to drop another project, but you see him, he doing the mic shit and delivering a song, new song or whatever. How you doing? The same with the clips, they did the same thing. I forget. I'm bad with names, but remembering the platform that they did it on. But
Colors,
Colors. Like, and that helps the obviously, like I said, the theme and just the vibes of the album. And you see, like these old school artists, they know how to do that. And I think that's the difference between the GOATs, bro. Unless you really just caught it, because I don't know if even Jay-Z was on every project he had a vision for it. And I think it's the same with Drake. Like not every project was just the most, but I don't know, even with Roll-Outs, even with Certified Lover.
But I think too, even people like JID, people like JID though, the thing that sucks for him is like he's always in the shadows. He's behind two big, or I don't know if it's in front of or behind two big ass shadows, right? People like to act like he's like the new Kendrick and the new J. Cole. And it's like he don't really stack up to them. Maybe if he rap with them on a song, I'm not saying he can't go bar for bar with them niggas. He can do that. But it's like, is it something about being in them those two shadows? Is that he can never really truly step out of that because they're too great. Yeah. There's people that have done that. Drake stepped out the shadow of Wayne. J. Cole stepped out the shadow of Jay-Z. Like people have done that before, but I don't feel like he has that it thing. And the music is good, but it's not that great for him to step out of those shadows.
Yeah, you gotta be different because I even with Future, how great he is, you see the difference between like the Wizard and How of Life versus like how he promoted Honestly I Never Liked You or whatever that was, and how he had the single and how he put everything together with the Valentine's Day video and shit like that. Like you see how they curated, even with Certified Lover Boy. I'm thinking back, or was that Honestly Never Mind, where he had the girls lined up in the video shoot or whatever like that. And you created a theme behind it, whether it's one content or more. Sexy Songs For You, them niggas got sued for doing the
you're talking about Her Loss, the Vogue shit.
Was it Her Loss?
Howard Stern.
Yeah. So that's the difference between these guys as far as like not having a great enough vision around the project, and they really just delivering the raps essentially. And it's like that's cool, but it kind of falls short because I feel like that goes into like how you create your music and curate your music. If you got a vision behind how you want to manifest the album and how you want to deliver it to the public, I feel like certain songs not gonna fit that. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're like, all right, I got too much of this. I need to balance this out. That's how I feel like our top guys are. Like they just good at that. But yeah, it's the difference.
Like Nipsey with Victory Lap. It was just, I don't know, it was like maybe it was just perfect time, perfect moment, just perfect music.
I mean, his whole career was building up to that.
Yeah. And even like Meek Mill with Championships, it's like you kind of like he came back after Drake shit. Like he had like DC4 and things like that. But for some reason, that championship moment just lined up perfectly for him. And that was an amazing project, amazing moment, amazing album. And it feels like a classic. Lil Baby with My Turn during COVID. Like, I don't know, it's just these things. Lil Durk with 722 like these were like moments where it's like he's here now. And I feel like, and this may not be the JID's fault of his own, with everything that's going on in hip hop post battle, everybody's like, oh, the lyricists are coming back, they're doing this, they're doing that. It set him up to be like, this is gonna be a moment. And it just feel like not, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the Clips took advantage of that moment. Like people like the Clips are the back, the Clips are the best, the album of the year, this is the greatest shit. Has great, like, you know, all this shit they're saying about the Clips, right? For Jad, it's only been a week. It just came out. So granted, bear with me. Maybe promotion gets behind it, more people start, whatever. But it's just like, okay, that was I don't think by next year people will look back on this year and be like, they might do it because people are already saying that this is an album of the year, but I just don't feel like it's like a worthy of a. Let's look back on 2025 and be like, that album right there, that was one of the, it was like, it was a cool project. You might think differently. You might really like it. But like I said, JID is probably one of, if not the best rappers of his, you know, his generation, whatever his generation is. He might be the best technical rapper of his ilk, but
yeah.
You know,
you can't rely on that though, because that's what they feel like he's doing. It's like, yeah, you dropping the project, but like, bro, it's been quiet. Like, you don't do no features. You don't hop on.
Well, he was on Bodies with Offset. Like I said, I like that. That was a good feature from him. He was on.
That was recent, right?
That was recent. He dropped the prequel, which was it had this record with Eminem, which is a great record.
But you know the active I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about to be like to
Lil Baby in 2020, 2021. Lil Durk in 20, whenever Lil Durk was going crazy.
And even if it ain't, this is the difference too, bro. It's a nuance behind it. Drake will wait till he find a single, then do the numbers, then the project coming out soon. Like with Durk, it's like I don't think even Durk had a bunch, but he had that record with Drake that went crazy. Laugh Now, Cry Later. And it's like, all right, let's get this rollout going. Like, let's build on top of that. It's like, I got the project, but we're gonna build on top of it, and we're gonna make myself as big as possible. So when this album comes, it's gonna be people wanting to be invested into it, bro. And I think that just helped. That's just the difference between elite artists, bro. If you ask me, because he's old. He's too quiet, bro. Like to be, because he never got to the level of Gunna, Kodak, Lil Baby, 21, and you nowhere near as active as them. Like 21 doing collabs with Drake, and he ain't even signed to Drake. Lil Baby and did collabs with 2 or 3 artists. He ain't dropped 4 projects. He ain't did multiple singles. Gunna and did collab projects, multiple projects. Like
he said he got a collab project with Cole, but once again, that's still like you in that shadow. You got to really do something.
It's got to be great.
He should do it. He should do it. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it, but it's still like,
They should have been did that.
And he has moments like even on the Dreamville projects. I like a lot of those. I like a song called Costa Rica. Like there's project there's J. I'm not saying I don't like JD. I like JD shit, but it's like I said, my conversations. I don't feel like he will ever be able to step into that expectation people have of him to be of that next. But even when I think about it, like. I'm looking at the damn Apple Music shit. He ain't young. He 35. Shit, I thought he was like 27 or some shit. He's 35. So he's damn near in that class. Like Drake's what, 38? He damn near like you right there with them niggas. J. Cole like what, 37? He only 2 years younger than Cole. It's like, okay, well, he's not even like this young nigga. I thought he was like 24, 25 doing this shit. He's 35 years old. She's 3 years older than me. 4 years.
Best rollout award.
He born 1990. Yeah. I mean, best rollout gotta be so far the Clips. Like, I mean, well, Drake, Iceman, but we have to see what that becomes. Like, you have to like the rollout has to be executed when the album comes out. Like, you can't just judge it. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it'd be the Clips as far as generating attention, generating storylines, generating interest, touching every platform, constant conversation around your album, and then Because I remember when I first like, damn, these shows ain't selling out. Now they posting pictures of their shows, niggas at the shows. So, maybe people don't buy tickets like the day before or some shit, but
I wouldn't. I never really. I get into it, I guess, when the final numbers be posted, but it don't matter to me for artists like that.
But yeah. So we're gonna, like I said, we're doing the award show this year again. I text Bryce, we're gonna start trying to narrow down nominees, narrow down actual categories. Cause I want to do like cool. I want to do like off the wall cool categories like this and that. Like, they're not just like rapper of the year. Like that's kind of like, I mean, we're gonna have those, but let's have other categories as well. But anything else happened this week? Like I said, I got kids got school in the morning, first day back to school. You got what else? You got anything else you want to type on?
I'm sure we did, but my phone died. I can't even see the notes.
Let me just check real quick because sometimes don't be up there. I can't think of nothing off the top of my head. I mean, Trump's doing martial law in Washington D.C., getting rid of all the homeless people. Let me see. Quick notes. No, that's quick notes. Damn, this note shit all look the fuck.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I'm going on vacation. Salute to everybody in the chat. Subscribe to the channel right now. That's subscribed already. We talked about music. We talked about the Drake lawsuit. We talked about, what we could talk about here today. We'll have way more topics next week. I'll recap my vacation, and I love you guys. So you have a blessed week, a blessed life. Father God, please bless everybody whose ears hear this message right now. Bring them solace, bring them peace, bring them life. Amen. All right. So we'll see y'all back here next week, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Peace.